BJP President Nitin Nabin's revamped team. The clues to what BJP wanted from this reshuffle perhaps lie in Prime Minister Modi's congratulatory message. Energetic team, abundant organizational experience, strong grassroots connection. Read the list and you'll see all three. Smriti Irani, the top women leader, is back as General Secretary. The comeback lady, Ram Madhav, returns as Vice President. Union Minister Piyush Goyal gets charge of the party's treasury. But the most striking reset is digital. After more than a decade, Amit Malviya makes way for Deepak Maski, with 4 social media co-conveners also appointed. And that change comes just weeks after Gen Z-driven protests demonstrated how dramatically India's political battlefield has shifted online. So what should one read between the appointments? Is this simply Team Nabin, or is this BJP building its election machine for the battles from 2027 all the way to 2029? And now that the party rejig is complete, the spotlight naturally moves to the cabinet rejig. Team Nabin today, Team Modi next? That's the question.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 2 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
Joining Pradeep Bhandari and Harshvardhan Tripathi and Sanjay Jha are Neerja Chaudhary, senior journalist, Sabah Naqvi, senior journalist. First, let me begin with you, Neerja Chaudhary. As we all congratulate Pradeep Bhandari on his new role, Neerja, what do you think is the message of the new team announced by BJP President Nitin Nabin?
I think that they need to have an image makeover. For that to happen, they need to win the elections in 2027. Those have become even more important, particularly as it is Uttar Pradesh, Gujarat, Punjab, Uttarakhand, Himachal, and so on. And that organizational nuts and bolts need to be looked at afresh, and people will be able to deliver and work hard. Some people have been put there. Now, Smriti Irani, there is another message that comes to mind, and that is, has Amit Shah's position been weakened? Though I would go cautious on that, considering that, we saw that happen 2024 also, when the party got 240 seats and it was attributed to Uttar Pradesh, party not doing well, and because of the differences between Yogi Adityanath and the Home Minister on ticket distribution. But very soon, Amit Shah was kept sort of, in the background for a few weeks. Allies also felt they wanted to meet the Prime Minister directly, but very soon it bounced back. So that's why I would be cautious on that one at this stage. But Smriti Irani coming, yes, Ram Madhav coming, Piyush Goyal, we don't know whether he's going to be out of the cabinet because he's been tipped to be finance minister for a very long time. And for him to go to the party instead as treasurer will be a big move also. And Amit Malviya, is the big thing. Amit Malviya not dealing with the social media. That social media handling has not been as it should have been. That is what the message is today, very, very clearly. And the Prime Minister attaches huge importance now to the social media.
Well, Sabah Naqvi, Smriti Irani's comeback. And the point Neerja makes, Amit Shah weaker? Well, I thought Vinod Tawde, I thought Sunil Bansal, Piyush Goyal, all of these people coming in. Does that make Amit Shah weaker, stronger? How do you look at this rejig?
So, Navika, it has to be seen in the context of the fact that the attack, the orders to police charge in Delhi was politically a mistake. Forget it, made, and the Home Minister has to get the responsibility for it. So in that context, so it was a political blunder which just has changed the equations. Number one, I don't know whether he's going to be punished or whether it's just a matter of time. He also did not say anything much in Parliament. He just appeared on the last day, so it was a bad session. This session should have been a celebration for the conquest of Bengal. It did not end up being there. There were these 20 characters who had switched parties, who had a one-time usage.
But what does that have to do with the new rejig of the BJP party's team?
So the BJP party's rejig is good. It reminds me of old times when there is some focus on Sangathan. I will say that. So that it is that. Smriti Irani is not a traditional backroom politician, but she's very hardworking. And she has defeated Rahul Gandhi once in Uttar Pradesh. And she was defeated herself in an election in which the BJP did very poorly in Uttar Pradesh in the Lok Sabha election. So Smriti Irani by herself, Amit Malviya going away, we cannot but note it. There are other, vice president for many of us we know is not such an.
Vasundhara Raje making a comeback.
Yeah, it is a comeback. It's not such an active post in the Bharatiya Janata Party. And congratulations to Pradeep Bhandari, since I see him here. So all the best and congratulations to you. And
Pradeep Bhandari,
so
people are already beginning to look at this as whether it is, Amit Shah down, power equations, cabinet reshuffle. Pradeep Bhandari, tell us what's on the agenda now that you have a larger role to play?
Navika ji, the message has been clearly mentioned and put out by the Honorable Prime Minister's tweet, where it's a mix of organizational experience, on-ground work, and energy and enthusiasm. And the Bharatiya Janata Party, you've been covering it since eternity. There's always a process, and the core thing which binds the BJP is ideology and working for the Prime Minister's vision of 2047. Rest, what I heard before me is mere speculation, and this speculation is why people don't understand the BJP's rise post 2014, where it's become a party with more than 20 states as NDA, and for the third consecutive time, Prime Minister Narendra Modi in government. So that is what I can say. And those who think that we are weak, well, we have UP and we have Punjab. Every time the BJP proves analysts wrong sitting in Delhi, and it will continue to.
Pradeep Bhandari, आप तो हमें अंदर की खबर बताओ, कैबिनेट रीशफल कब हो रहा है?
Madam, that is the job of a journalist to know. Neither me or others. You will know it better than anybody else.
चलिए, now you are completely media in charge and no longer a journalist. हर्षवर्धन त्रिपाठी, तो ये काम आपको सौंप दिया गया. अब आप बता दीजिए कि ये पार्टी का रीजिग हो गया, कैबिनेट रीशफल नेक्स्ट?
नहीं, अब इसमें कोई कंफ्यूजन नहीं रह गया है नविका जी, और ये बहुत डिले हुआ है. ये पिछले 3 महीने से आज लिस्ट आएगी, कल लिस्ट आएगी. वैसे तो 7 महीने हो गए अध्यक्ष बने हुए, लेकिन 3 महीने से लगभग लिस्ट तय थी. क्यों अटकी हुई थी ये शायद अंदर के लोग बता पाएंगे. प्रदीप तो अभी बताएंगे नहीं, क्योंकि उनकी तो जिम्मेदारी सब छिपाने की होगी, बताने वाला काम खत्म.
नहीं, वो बताने की जिम्मेदारी आपके ऊपर आ गई है, जर्नलिस्ट के ऊपर है.
मैं इसीलिए कह रहा हूं कि ये देर तो आए, इसमें तो कहीं कोई संदेह नहीं. 7 महीने अध्यक्ष का रहना और उसके बाद टीम आना, ये देर है साफ साफ. लेकिन मुझे जो उसमें नाम दिखे, और मैं जो बीजेपी को, संघ को और पूरे स्ट्रक्चर को जो थोड़ा बहुत समझ पाता हूं, लंबे समय के बाद और बिना किसी संकोच में कह रहा हूं कि पिछले 6-7 सालों तक तो कुछ 2-3 लोगों को छोड़ दे तो पूरी टीम ऐसे ही बनती थी कि ठीक है बना लो भाई, अच्छा चलो इनको भी डाल दो. लेकिन इस बार क्लियर कट ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल स्ट्रक्चर में बड़ा चेंज है. कई लोग ऐसे जो पिछले 1 दशक से काम कर रहे थे अलग अलग, चाहे वो सोशल मीडिया टीम हो, चाहे जनरल सेक्रेटरीज हो. जैसे उदाहरण के लिए मैं बताऊं कि हरीश द्विवेदी जो भी महामंत्री बने हैं, वो अभी भी राजस्थान में स्थानीय निकाय चुनाव के प्रभारी हैं. अभी वो कल ही वहां गए हुए हैं. तो इस तरह की टीम में जो नाम रखे गए, स्मृति ईरानी को पिछले लंबे समय से पार्टी ने बहुत से कामों में लगा रखा था. राम माधव जो ओवरसीज और नैरेटिव के काम में लगातार लगे थे, महामंत्री पद पर रहते हुए थोड़ा तेज रफ्तार चल रही थी, इसकी वजह से आउट हुए थे, वो फिर से वापस आए हैं क्योंकि उनकी उपयोगिता है. संदीप पाठक, ये अपने आप में बहुत बड़ी बात है कि संदीप पाठक जो अभी अभी आए और पार्टी में सीधे राष्ट्रीय सचिव बन गए। ये छोटी बात नहीं। भाजपा के अगर आइडियोलॉजिकल लिहाज से देखें, संदीप पाठक बहुत काम के आदमी है, पंजाब के लिहाज से बहुत अच्छा है, डेटा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, लेकिन सीधे वो बना दिए गए। एके एंटनी को उसमें डाल दिया गया, एके एंटनी का अनिल एंटनी
करेक्ट, बिल्कुल।
लेकिन ओवरऑल अगर देखें तो बहुत शानदार, जिसको कहते हैं कि बैलेंसिंग टीम है। नितिन नवीन के पास बहुत कुछ कर दिखाने का अवसर है।
Well, Sanjay Jha, the Congress has a point on this.
Well, Navika, I think it's the internal prerogative of the BJP to make whatever shuffles or changes they wish to make in their party. But since I deal with Pradeep pretty often on television debates, my kind request to him, besides congratulating him, of course, is to please minimize fake news distribution and misinformation and disinformation. That is something that the BJP,
these days. Every second fake.
Pradeep, let me finish. Pradeep, another request. If you're going to be the media head,
No, I'm not the media head. Media head is Mr. Anil Baluni.
Whatever.
I'm sitting here as a national spokesperson also. So my request to you, my dear friend, is do not charge something which is on Congress.
Fake news पर I think competition बहुत तगड़ा है fake news पर. So I don't think any side can claim, to take the crown of credibility completely towards themselves. So we leave it at that. But the fact of the matter is, I'm being given two theories after this particular rejig. One theory which says the cabinet reshuffle will take place before the end of the month. The other theory says it will be after the BRICS session, I think around the 12th and the 13th of September. So, well, the countdown has begun, whenever it is. This one took 7 months in coming. Cabinet reshuffle next. Well, we'll keep you posted as and when the flies on the wall keep coming back and giving us information of what's happening behind closed doors in the government of India. We leave it at that. Thank you very much to all my panelists for joining me on the News Hour tonight. Good night, viewers. Be safe. I'll be back tomorrow with the News Hour at 9.